have temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine, and it's what I wanted to do.
You have an ugly face, you have a big nose, so you should just do your butt so more guys could like you.
We love good-looking people. That's what makes the world go round.
Sheridan Leatherberry, a 25-year-old beauty influencer from Michigan, US, is hardly the only one who thinks this. And from getting you a career promotion ahead of a less attractive colleague of yours, who may actually be the better candidate for the role, to getting you a lighter sentence if you're convicted of a crime, pretty privilege is real. So, given that we are, in most, if not all cases, such huge fans of beauty, it's hardly a shock to find that content relating to cosmetic surgery and to non-surgical cosmetic treatments all too often goes viral.
You could call it a domino effect. A big influencer posts about their procedures, smaller influencers follow, and then their audiences follow suit.
People gravitate to like the Kim Kardashian look, the Kylie Jenner look, because it really is what is in style, what is fashionable right now.
So, when we listen to the advice of Damaris Martinez, a 24-year-old influencer from Miami,
I believe surgeries are empowering, and I'm not pro-surgery, but I'm pro-choice, doing whatever makes you happy. But don't just do it because everyone else is doing it. Don't just do it to fit in. Do it because you want to do it for you.
who has undergone a series of cosmetic surgery procedures and naturally been very public about them.
She's gotten breast augmentation, rhinoplasty, and lip fillers, and shared nearly all of it, step by step, for her tens of thousands of followers on Instagram and TikTok.
Stupidity on her part isn't what comes to our mind as an explanation of why she chose to have liquid silicone injected into her bottom in order to enlarge it.
I had this one friend, she used to try to break me down all the time, but she had butt shots too, and she's the one who convinced me to get butt shots. And she used to be like, oh, you have an ugly face, you have a big nose, so you should just do your butt so more guys could like you. I got hydrogel injections,
which instantly boosted her social media views.
When I did get my butt shots in 2020, I started getting more followers.
But which, A, are not FDA approved, B, were inevitably done illegally at the home of the illegal injector, and C, could have killed her.
Hydrogel is partly made of silicone, and when silicone is injected into the buttocks, it can travel to other parts of the body and block blood vessels in the lungs, heart, and brain. This can lead to a stroke or even death.
I can't tell you how thankful I personally am for the fact that, after suffering severe pain plus leakage for days after getting liquid silicone injected into her own bottom, but still, incredibly enough, wanting to repeat the treatment, rap star Cardi B was prevented from getting a second dose.
Even though she developed leakage from her buttocks for several days, she still wanted to go back for a second treatment. But she couldn't because that woman was arrested because somebody died from these injections.
Just like in the case of our girl Damaris, stupidity isn't why Cardi B chose to have such a risky and obviously illegal procedure.
I was also really skinny when I was younger, and in the Bronx, it's about being thick and having an So young boys would be like, look at your flat you ain't got no and it would make me feel so ugly and underdeveloped.
In case you don't know, I'm Gina, and my own cosmetic surgery journey is ongoing. If you're enjoying this video, do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I personally believe that reality TV star Kylie Jenner knew what effect her story of insecurity regarding her lips would have on other young people.
I have temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine, and it's what I wanted to do.
Since Kylie Jenner revealed that on the show in 2015, lip fillers remain one of the most popular aesthetic procedures in America for people under 30, and many influencers and experts have cited her as a primary inspiration.
Unlike Instagram, TikTok pushes viral content that you don't actually follow into your feed. And seeing how much more confident so many people are after their nose job or their BBL, Brazilian butt lift, or their lip plumping injections, even though you weren't even looking for that content, makes you want the same. Kylie Jenner more or less openly stated wanting confidence as her reason for getting lip filler. And that same desire is, I think it's safe to say, what drove influencer Damaris and rapper Cardi B to risk their very lives with liquid silicone buttock injections. Even with both photographic and videographic evidence of their cosmetic procedures, Are TikTok stars and other influencers really giving you the whole truth about those procedures? Influencing is, as you most probably already know, a sales role, advertising deals between an influencer and a brand being known in the trade as
SponCon, when a brand and influencer basically make a deal. This could be a brand sending free products to an influencer and paying them to post about it. The special relationship between creators and viewers increasingly drive what people buy.
Consumers are, say experts, starting to trust less a brand name itself and more the influencer promoting the brand, since we feel a much stronger connection with the influencer than with the brand. A cosmetic treatment influencer duly promotes the treatment that he or she has agreed to promote, but
what we're really seeing is that influencers are tagging their providers and describing their procedures that they've had done without revealing or disclosing whether or not that procedure was free or reduced for the purpose of the influencer advertising it.
which plays a role in a much more significant dishonest advertising practice.
And many influencers are often getting procedures for free in exchange for posting and raving about the results without explaining things like the risk or cost associated.
Plus the fact that some influencers don't even know the risks of the procedure that they're promoting, even though they've had it themselves. But then, even if they do know the risks, but luckily haven't suffered any complications, how many influencers are going to jeopardise around $500,000, more or less £500,000, in earnings by disclosing the risks? We can't just assume either that everyone is aware of the makeup techniques, the photoshopping, the filters, and all the other tools that some beauty influencers use to enhance their looks, including their very cosmetic treatments, but never actually mention. So if you get a cosmetic treatment just because your favourite influencer promoted it, having undergone it him or herself and looking stunning as a result, but then get what you consider a vastly inferior result, you may have unwittingly fallen victim to that influencer's camera tricks. Time will tell how many of the scores of TikTok and Instagram beauty influencers who underwent a BBL to get a bottom like Kim Kardashian's will reverse the procedure in order to go down the heroin chic route with their figure, as Kim Kardashian herself seems to be doing.
Kim has now gone from being the poster girl for the curvy hourglass figure to suddenly and rather drastically losing weight and changing her entire bodily proportions along with it.
This video is from 2022. I'll save my exploration of how looking drug-ravaged and starved ever came to be admired for another time.
This trend first became a thing in the early 1990s when the high fashion industry promoted models that were extremely thin with flat, stringy hair, very pale skin, and dark under eye circles. High fashion editors and photographers had the models posing in dirty bathrooms and cheap motels with smeared makeup and messy hair.
The same goes for my investigation into whether we should be making trends of any kind with our own bodies in the first place.
Reducing women's body types to trends is not just annoying, but it can also be extremely dangerous.
Anyway, my point about the fact that large bottoms seem to be going out of trend is an echo of what our Miami-based influencer from earlier said about not getting a procedure just to fit in with others. If following a trend, or to be exact, following TikTok and Instagram beauty influencers, is the explanation for the majority of BBL procedures performed in the last decade, say, then clearly most women who have had the procedure are likely to be kicking themselves round about now. That said, the idea that in a social media dominated world, people are actually going to stop latching onto beauty trends, including ones that involve surgical intervention, is, to my mind, a total non-starter.
Because you're into beauty or wanting to feel your best doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you a vain person. We love good-looking people. That's what makes the world go round.
If you've enjoyed this video, then I recommend you to watch this one next. I'll meet you there.